Deidara, or Deidara, or Deidara. I drew him 6 years ago. Only one drawing of this guy. Let's draw him again. I wanted to include one of his like little clay art pieces that explode. Art is an explosion. So, let's go. Why is this not zooming in? Okay. Landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast for you. Head is up here, right? And then we'll fit like 2 hands down there. And of course the rest of them. But we'll start with the eye. His eye is different to other Naruto characters, which is kind of interesting. Curving that way. It kind of has a darker eyes, and then it goes back down. Same kind of shape, but it's like all one section. You know, Naruto sometimes has little spikes and stuff. It's that shape. It's kind of looks like a lemon or like a grain of rice. You just want to make it a bit darker, especially up this side, like in the top corner here. And then big wide eye. It's like nearly a full circle for his iris. And then his pupil in the middle, and that's pretty large as well. We'll make it as circular as we can. Right, so he's got frowning eyebrow, and it's blonde, so we'll just put an extra line just so we can color in. Disappears underneath the headband, so it doesn't go like the full way. You might hear some kids in the background, sorry about that. And then his eyelid line. There. So his headband like cuts across this, right? So swoops this way. And it only goes halfway because of his hair, right? We get a sideburn line here. And then for his nose, we just see sort of nostrils down. They draw it pretty simple. Like so. And then he's smiling, big smile on him. Curves up. Looks like his mouth is closed at the minute, but we'll open it with an extra line across, and then just add like a little spike for teeth. So his chin, it goes down behind his Akatsuki sort of cloak, but we'll draw it kind of like it's his chin, but it's actually like cut off. It's kind of square there. Then goes up, and then this will go up towards the sideburn for his jaw. Like so. Right, so roughly, say top eyelid to nose is about the same as nose to chin for proportions, or say like the pupil area. Right, so that space and that space are about the same length. See that? And then nostril to his bottom lip is about the same as bottom lip to chin, just for proportions if you're wondering. And then we'll add his ear. We got some ear lines. And then headband coming around there. And this comes across. So then we have this big swooping hair spike, right, that comes out from this side. It's a big curve. And then goes down. Back up. And there are texture lines in here for the way his hair curls. And then we have his metal plate. Like so. Now, rest of his hair. So it's kind of just like round. Yeah, so it just like curves right up and over. So we'll try and keep it like round. And a lot of people wonder sort of how am I judging how high up? It's kind of like the head is normally like divided in half by the eyes, like where his skull would be, you know, like here to here. We'll bring it kind of to where the top of his skull maybe is, and then his like hair would be up a bit from that. So your eyes are normally halfway down your head because it sits on top of your skull. And then this goes down. It's got like just 3 spikes, I think. Like so. And then there's like a tube sitting on top of his head. Just here. It's kind of round on top. Little crisscross lines. And then he has more hair, so coming out from there. So like, let's go this way first. We'll go down to the spikes. There. Then another one. This one's bigger, I think. Goes up. Right, and then around like that. Now, so we can see like his collar coming out from his ear. And then this. There. And then it goes back around his head over here. You can see like his neck that way, neck in here, bit of a collar. Okay. So we got like a hand, one of his like mouth hands sticking up, and then he has one of these little dudes sitting in his other hand. So yeah, let's do the mouth hand first. So it's like right in front of his body here, right? So a finger here, a finger here, a finger here, and another finger kind of sticking out behind this. So it kind of curves. So we'll put it there. And then these fingers are drawn pretty simply, right? So go down this way. Right, next one. Then, so this one goes out to there. So this one goes sort of behind the little dude. So I'll just stop it there for a minute. There is another finger here, but it's hidden. So this one, we go down to the thumb. Right, sticking out fairly wide, like so. And then we'll do this mouth. And there's like a tongue coming out of this mouth. There's all teeth here. You don't have to draw in each individual tooth, but you can if you want, you know. But normally, like, just like some marks and stuff like that is enough. And then his tongue line, and then there's another hand line here, and the palm of his hand going that way. So the other finger is hidden right behind this explosive clay sculpture, which is real pointy here, right? It kind of bumps its way down like a pipe. And then his little finger just kind of sticks out here then. You can just see some skin maybe. So his other fingers are like holding, it's like sitting inside of it, like, so we can see like a row of fingernails and his thumb just on the side of this. So we'll do his thumb first. Right. Curving down like that. So hands are tricky now, so hip pause if I'm moving too fast. And then side of his hand, so your thumb joins your index. If you put like a thumbnail, it normally helps, like a nail, makes it look more like a hand. He's got a ring on this finger, just a little swooping curve, and then each of these fingers then, you know, knuckles first, bending around the bottom. Next one, like step up a bit. Around there, it's all going this way, and his baby fingers higher up even. Right, and then fingernails, just little boxes sort of on top. There. Then this one has wings, square sort of. Right, and then there's like a little face, like an open mouth with eyes and like a bumpy head, like that. So then we gotta, like, everything's kind of floating, disconnected, so we've got to kind of make this look like it's all attached to him, right? And it's all like the Katsuki flowing cloak, right? So we'll do like his arm sort of coming down this way first. Like his shoulder and his arm, flowing cloak, go into his finger section here. And there's like that red line that comes down the center, and then like some more folding lines there. And then there's the red inside. And then his other shoulder narrowly comes down just here, right? All these fold lines. because this hand is lower, and then there's an inside red section there, and that's red in there, and then the cloak flies off that way, and there's like some more folding lines and stuff along his arm, and then the cloak goes down there. I often think like sometimes character designs are picked with like these big long cloaks because they're kind of easier to draw than like skin tights, you know, anatomy kind of, you know, and it's kind of quicker to draw, like this flowing stuff. But maybe I'm just cynical. Okay, Deidara. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.